Morning. I'm trying to change my routine. I've changed my routine many times, but I'm trying to find the one which I stick to, which is the daily routine which brings healing to my present and future self. I heard people say that smaller things often make bigger changes than what a few big actions can do in a month. My only question is, how do I navigate the smaller actions? And what even are these smaller actions? Healing is a term for such a wide variety of things. Right now, I'm learning that knowing what you're doing with your life in the moment can be the biggest favor you can do for yourself. There's a peace in knowing the reason behind the actions you do in the present. I'm studying to graduate, so then I can work my dream job. So then I can live in this city. So then, and the list is endless. So this is my working spot. Yay! This is my laptop where all of my uni life is in. The rest of my day will be full of just uni work and a lot of procrastination, which, if you wonder what that looks like, it's on my phone for a bunch of the time. Not as aesthetic, not as healing, but I feel like order is a part of a healing daily routine, and I try to do that, but I often fail. Currently, I'm writing an essay. I have 3 essays to write all together. This is the 3rd one, almost finished. They are past their due time, all 3 of them. So this just goes to show how out of order my life actually is. But the whole point of this video is to find the order in routine. I want to be organized, and it is so hard for me. We're in this together. I feel like a lot of how to heal videos are about self-pampering and all those things, which, oh my goodness, a kid is playing ball outside and you can just hear the ball bouncing outside. Ignore that. I like the window open, so just ignore it. So self-pampering and all that stuff, very nice, very aesthetic, perfect for video as well. But in reality, you want your everyday to be healing. You want your everyday to be fulfilling. And if your day is good, you're going to look forward to your day tomorrow, you know? And I feel like if you want a fulfilling day, it will have to have a lot of organization in it and order. You want to get things done. You don't just want to live this aesthetic life. Because I feel like it is better when inside you just feel at peace that you've done your bit. Yeah. See, a thing we do as people is always look forward to something. When we've reached one desire, we look for the next one. But a trap we can find ourselves in is a frozen state, where we look at the big picture from a clueless perspective, and all we can see is the idea of where life is leading us, but never really knowing the how-abouts clearly. So we often freeze from the fear of uncertainty, because it's too many questions to deal with at once. Planning is key to having a healing daily routine. And I'll tell you why. When you plan forward, you have more peace. But a lot of times, we cannot plan forward because God is working in the unseen and we cannot see the unseen. We can only wait to see the seen result of the unseen. Oh my goodness. So in those times, all we can do is let it go and trust God, which once again, it's not as easy as it sounds a lot of times. When you plan ahead, you know what is happening and it gives you peace. You are less likely to stress or be anxious about things coming up, such as due dates for assignments and stuff like that. Another thing is, if you are unsure about a certain goal you have, maybe you want to plan ahead for like a new job, a business, or a new course you want to study in college, but you're unsure of how to get into those things, or maybe you're unsure whether it is for you, whether you should do this, or if it would just be wasting your time. You might be unsure if God wants this for you. Is it His will? My recommendation in that case is to give it a try. Still give it a try. First, pray about it. Ask God, God, is this a good idea? I'm very interested in this. Please prosper me. I know you will prosper me if it is your will. And if this is not for me, please let me know. Now, if the answer to this prayer comes what seems late, I think you should still give it a try. Plan ahead if that's the first step that it takes. For example, if you want to write a song and release it, start writing the song, release it. And if it is not meant for you, God will close the door, and that's the answer right there. God is just going to be happy that you first came to Him. He is going to see that you respected Him, that you came to Him first because you prioritize Him and His opinion about your plans for life. And in another instance, oh my goodness, we have to talk about this. Sometimes you try something, and although it is God's will for your life, you might not see any result. Like maybe you start a business and you see no income coming in at all, but it is God's plan. Maybe He confirmed it to you, maybe He didn't, but He is going to. But you're just in the state where you're like, I see nothing moving, what should I do? In that case, keep praying about it. Just keep praying about it, because God is going to move, but He has a godly due date for every single thing. So sometimes, although you feel like nothing is happening, and you're giving this thing a try, just be patient and wait on God, because He does not always work the way we imagine it, because He does not have the mind of us humans, which is a very limited mind. He has the mind of a way greater authority. God is beyond what we can imagine. His mind is beyond imagination, beyond human comprehension. So if there's any uncertainty with your planning in your daily routine, or things you're looking forward to, just keep praying about it. Prayer is way more effective than we can imagine it to be initially. Anyways, I'm going to study and do some work, and then afterwards we'll keep going into the evening. Maybe I put too much emphasis on everything going on in my life. Maybe I make them seem bigger than they really are. Maybe I could surrender and accept the true reality that God is bigger than the big job opportunity. God is bigger than my abilities. How dare I think for even a second that my limits have the power to come in the way of God's plans? How dare I think that my circumstances are more powerful than what God can do with them? How dare I forget that God is a good God who actually wants me to succeed more than I do? Let us think from God's perspective for a moment. God gave us more than enough evidence of what He can do, both in our personal lives and in the Bible. Our problem is a lack of willingness to see what He made clear. But lastly, faith or unbelief is not rooted in circumstance, but in a heart that trusts God. It's so simple when we break it down. And here we go again. Back to the beginning. Back at the feet of Jesus. Relearning what He already taught me more than once. And so, this is why we need God for a healing routine, for a healing day, for a life that heals, that feels like it is healing us every day as we live it. Because living with Christ, walking by His side, it makes all that difference. And it heals.